Okay. Good.
All right, we'll go ahead and do a departure to the north.
Okay. You didn't switch yet, did you?
No, I didn't.
Morgantown Tower, Cessna, Simply Whiskey Pop, hold short runway 18, request departure to the north.
Simply Whiskey Pop, runway 18 on course, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 18, Simply Whiskey Pop. Come on.
Okay, seatbelt's good. Everybody ready?
Ready to go.
A lot of right rudder.
Yep. Gonna kick you around a little today.
Yeah. Holy. Wow. That was a little ridiculous.
There you go. Then once I get to 45 degrees of bank, I kind of let go of the yoke and just, but once it descends, I add some back pressure. There you go. And just enough to bring the airplane, right, perfect, looks good, looks good. Nice, nice and coordinated.
I missed that one.
That just fell out a little bit over. That was really good. Really nice job. That was nice and smooth. Very nice. Alright, so let's go ahead and transition this into a power off stall, because for a power off stall, we're configured perfect for it right now. Okay? So all you want to do is go ahead and lower the nose, keep the power where it's at. You want to simulate like we're coming in on final approach, so you want to start a nice descent. So keep pitching down. Okay? I'll pull power to 1700 RPM like we would have it on as we're coming into land. And just maintain that south heading. A little more pitch down. And let the airplane do the job. Yep, release. Let the airplane do all the work. When you let go, it'll do a nice 500 foot from range descent for you.
Flaps all the way in.
Yep, flaps are all the way in. Now I want you to pull power to idle. And then pitch back to the top black line, 15 degrees of pitch. Maintain that south heading. Pitch back, pitch back. Keep pitching, keep pitching. More, more, more. And as the airplane slows down and the nose will want to drop, so keep pulling back, keep pulling back, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. There you go, full power. Heartbeat in. Flaps to 20. Flaps to 20, flaps to 20 right away. There you go. Want to get a nice positive rate on our VSI. Okay. Nice positive rate, flaps to 10. And then keep that positive rate coming, and then we're waiting for VX 60 knots. And if we still have a positive rate, we can bring the flaps up. Good. Yep. Our on-stall is done in the clean configuration. We're not using any flaps, so everything's nice and clean. We don't have any flaps or anything creating drag. So what we do for this one, we're going to pull power to 1700 RPM. Okay. Okay. And then we're going to maintain altitude. We're going to let the airspeed bleed off to 60 knots. And once it gets to 60, we're going to simultaneously add power to just 2,000 RPM to simulate full power, and then pitch back to the top black line.
Contact Clarksburg approach, we'll see you.
That top black line, and then hold it there until the stall happens. And then if the right wing stalls, you add left rudder to keep the nose straight. If the left wing stalls, add right rudder. And then just full power, and then just bring the nose to the horizon.
So, alright, first thing we're going to do is full power back.
Yep.
To 21.
Yep.
400.
And 72.
Maintain altitude while we're doing this, yeah.
Yep.
Contact, maintain 8,000.
Okay, maintain 8,000. 60 hotel.
Oh, sorry, it's a 1,700. 1,700. Sorry. Okay. And then we're just going to let the airspeed bleed off while maintaining altitude and our heading. So it gets to 60 knots. Then once it gets to 60, add power to 2,000 RPM and pitch back at the same time to the top black line. Add a little more back pressure so we're descending, so we're not losing any airspeed. Okay. Hold that back pressure, we're still descending. There you go. Stay on that north heading. Remember, once you find something north, kind of look outside and find something straight ahead out there. We don't want to fixate inside the airplane. Okay. There's 60, so now go ahead and add power to 2,000. And then pitch back to that top black line on the attitude indicator. Then I'm there, and then I'm just going to look out ahead of me. Hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. Pitching back, keep pitching back. Pitching back. There you go, full power. Right rudder. Be at nose of the horizon, we don't want to descend, be at nose of the horizon. Climb out at 60 knots. We're kind of letting the nose stay pitched down too long. Bring it right to the horizon. Okay. So it's going to drop, bring that right back to the horizon as soon as possible. Then you want to climb out at 60 knots, VX. So just like on the power off stall, we're looking for 60 knots till we bring our flaps all the way up. For power on stall, same thing. We're going to let the nose drop, add power, add opposite rudder, the direction the wing dropped, and then as soon as you hit 60, climb out. Okay. All right, so you can level. Head south, and we'll do one more power on stall, but we do a stall in a turn, so it makes it a little more dramatic. On about 190. The other way. There. Perfect. Alright, then get back on that south heading. Alright, so on top of just doing the stalls, you might have you do them in a turn. So normally, when he has him doing it in a turn, he'll have you initiate all that, but then do a bank turn with it. Usually it's no more than 20 degrees of bank. So usually you might say do a 15-degree bank to the left while you're doing the stall. So how this works then, go ahead and bring the power to 1,700. Maintain altitude, you don't want to climb. Just maintain. Okay. Once you get to 60 knots, I want you to roll in a 10-degree bank to the left, add power 2,000 and pitch up that top black line. So it's going to be a turning stall. Okay. So you can expect probably your left wing's going to drop. So whenever the stall happens, all you want to do is wings level and climb out.
Morgantown Tower, how's that 6 final for the upper
60, so now add 10-degree bank to the left. We'll do 10-degree bank to the left.
Power? No?
10-degree first, now add power to 2,000 and pitch back to that top black line at the same time. Yep, and then pitch back. And just hold the bank in there. Hold that pitch attitude. Yep, hold it, keep holding it. Pitch back more. There you go, full power.
Like
nose to the horizon, 60 knots, climb out.
Like sitting here waiting on the friggin' thing to fall out of the sky.
Yeah, don't worry. Basically, the first thing we would do if our engine were to quit right now is we want to pitch for our best glide speed. This airplane flaps up. The best glide speed for the airplane is 65 knots. So I'll walk you through it how this works. So when he's up here with you, the examiner, he's just going to pull your engine like this. Oop, just lost your engine. So he's going to say, what are you going to do? I want my pitch for my best glide speed, so I'm going to pitch back, trim the airplane for 65 knots. Because at that airspeed, you get the most distance over a given well, you get the most glide distance based on this speed. So we're at 65 knots. Next thing, what am I going to do? Well, really quickly, I got some altitude. I'm going to pick a landing field. Right, there's a landing field right to the right of me. It looks pretty good. It looks nice and flat. Right there. Okay. Looks nice and long. So, all right, I'm going to aim for that. So I'm going to keep going this way. Kind of aim it like it's a downwind. Well, the wind's coming from my north, so I'm going to come and land this way. And that way down the field. But I'm at 65 knots, so after that, I'm going to go through a troubleshoot checklist. I'm going to make sure my primer's in and locked, it is. Make sure my key's on both, it is. Make sure my mixture's full rich. I'll pull the carb heat on. Okay, I'll see everything's going. And then if not, I'll master switch on, I'll crank it over. Alright, engine didn't start. Alright, so that's no good. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pull mixture idle cut off, put fuel selector to off. I'm going to keep my power switch on until I get my flaps in, and then once I get my flaps in that I need, I'm going to turn my power off. That way if we crash land, something happens, the plane flips, there isn't any electrical power that could possibly spark something that make the airplane go on fire. So I tried a troubleshoot checklist, it didn't work. So now I'm going to go ahead and start positioning to try to land at that field. I'm still high. Wind's coming from the north, so it's going to want to push me. So I'm going to start turning toward the field like it's a base. So once you do a right-hand turn this way, there's a couple different things you can do to lose altitude. You can do turns that, over a point to lose altitude. We can add flaps. But the examiner on your check ride, once you add flaps, he's not going to let you take them out. Because he wants to see, well, how good your judgment is. So I leave flaps out until the last minute. Well, I'm thinking that way it looks pretty good. It looks a little bit hilly from this side, but looks like there's no corner or anything, so it should be a relatively smooth field. I'm not going to go into anything that's really thick. So now I'm going to go ahead and turn like I'm on final for that field. And the nice thing too, if you're ever going at a field and for some reason maybe you're too high or it doesn't look good, I can always say, alright, I'm going to go for that one now. Yeah, this one looks pretty good, so I want to try to stay committed to this one. I'm still a little bit high. So what I might do like maybe 2 S-turns or something. So I might go to the right here. It's kind of make like a snake. So I'm going to go right, then left, help lose some altitude. I'll go left again. You go and do it. He's going to have you probably get pretty low because he wants to see if you'll actually make that field. I think we'll definitely make it now. So I'm going to start adding some flaps. So add 10 degrees of flaps. Level off first, or? Nope. Sorry, add them. Want to float me up. Heading this way. I'll keep going this way a little more.
I had a lot of pressure on it.
And then go ahead and come back to the right now. Of course, the whole time watching airspeed, make sure I don't let my airspeed get too slow. Definitely, let's see, definitely going to make this, so go ahead and drop all the flaps.
Morgantown Tower, Cherokee 8467.
I'm going to keep kind of going to the right here a little bit. I'll lose a little bit more altitude.
Land.
Cherokee 8467, Romeo, Morgantown, runway 18. Winds variable at 4 knots, altimeter 3004, clear to land.
Kind of freaky, huh?
Yeah. Going for 1867 Romeo.
So yeah, we definitely would have made this. Probably would have touched down right about there and made it. So now go ahead and add full power like we're going around. Always power first. There you go. Full power, all the way in. Carb heat off. Flaps to 20. Just like we're recovering. So I have all that trim in there, so you got to take that trim out as we're climbing back out. Oh, there you go. We got a positive rate. Flaps 10.
Good now,
yep,
yeah.
then flaps up. Yep. So you're going to do that on your check ride. Going to pull the engine and say, all right, pick a landing spot. All right, so emergency descent. Why would somebody want to do an emergency descent? Okay, maybe somebody's sick, you might not want to, but say we're over an airstrip There's an airstrip directly below me and somebody was having a heart attack. I'm going to do this emergency descent to get down as quick as I can and get him help. Maybe there's carbon monoxide in the, maybe we sense carbon monoxide, well, we'll get down quick. Maybe there's electrical fire, there's smoke in the cockpit. I want to get down quick. Land. So emergency descent, what that is you're going to have carb heat all the way out. Don't do it right now, I'm just going to walk you through it. Carb heat out, mixture full rich, throttle all the way to idle, left turn, 45 degrees of bank, pitch down for 120 knots of airspeed. And then you're just going to keep that spiral, and he's going to give you an altitude to recover at. So we're at 4,500 feet. I'm going to have you recover at 2,500 feet. So 2,100 feet, I'm going to have you recover. Give me a left turn heading to south. All right, this looks good. All right, so now go ahead and pull carb heat all the way on. Throttle all the way to idle. You can do it quick if you want. 45 degree bank to the left, and pitch down at the same time. Going 120 knots. Pitch down. More. Yep. They get to 120. And we want to keep about 120 knots, so right about there. So I'll pitch back just a little. There you go. Yeah. Look in the direction we're going, and once you get to 2,500, I want you to recover. So it's just rolling the wings level, and then leveling off. A little more forward pitch because we're slowing down. Pitch forward more. I'm only at 110. Forward more. You got this. Good, good. Once you get it to 2,600, now start leveling off. Roll wings level. And reintroduce your power to like 2,300 RPM. That's it. Full power all the way to idle. Unless it's already there. Might be. No, it is now. Just look at the end of that runway, just keep airspeed bleed off, and I'll start pulling back. Hold it. Awesome, really nice done. Got time for go around? Yep, we have time. We'll do another one. After being that good, you gotta do another one. It felt good on that one. Yeah, that was awesome. Seat belts, both full. Good. Alright. Go ahead and call this far out, does it matter? No, this is fine. Yep, you can tell them you're left down when this will be a full stop. That's what stuff on there? Morgantown Tower, Cessna 73 Whiskey Pop, left downwind 18, full stop.
73 Whiskey Pop, runway 18, clear to land.
You can tell them clear land 18.
Clear land 18, 73 Whiskey Pop.
Just really watching your downwind that you don't lose any altitude. Okay. Alright, so we're definitely going to make the runway, so pull power all the way out. Pull power out? Yep, all the way out. Full flaps. Aiming for that 18 like you're going to crash into it. Just keep aiming right at it. Ooh. Yep, just like that. Level off. And just hold it here, let the airspeed bleed off. Okay. Does, starts pulling a bit. Looks good. Awesome, good job. That'll be good. If you want to tell them, we're going to taxi to the hangars.
Morgantown Tower, Cessna 73 Whiskey Pop, taxi to the hangars.
Whiskey Pop, taxi to your hangar.
Taxi to the hangars, 73 Whiskey Pop.
Good. Nicely done. Nice smooth touchdown.